What's up, you guys? Speed here, and I'm sorry if you're probably looking at a black screen, or maybe there's a picture up there. I don't know, depending on when I upload this video. But essentially, for this video, it's just going to be audio only, as the title already says. And for these three videos that I'm going to do, it's strictly going to be audio, so that I don't have to waste time setting up images for it or not. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just talk about the first movie that I was going to review. So, the first movie that I'm going to review is, obviously, as the title says, it's going to be Logan. Now, I'm sorry if it's taken so long to put up this review for it. I know it's taken a while, and I apologize for that. But I guess it's mostly because I just didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of things that I wanted to do earlier on this year. So, better late than never, I honestly say. So, Logan. So, one thing about this movie that I gotta say really caught my attention was not only the fact that this was apparently going to be Hugh Jackman's last film, but it was also going to be Patrick Stewart's last film as well. And that was the indication that told me either both of these characters are going to die in this movie, or they were just going to be replaced afterwards. So that was one of the things that took me in. What also took me in was the character that the actress Daphne was playing, which was X-23. And I was really intrigued by her character because she seemed like the wilder version of Logan. And that honestly gave me the thoughts that this kind of feels like the game Last of Us. So I went to go see the film, and no surprise, I was in love with this film. I loved this movie. It is probably one of my most favorite comic book movies of 2017. Like, no lie. I would literally put this at the very top of best comic book movies that I've seen so far. Well, that I've seen this year. It has a very powerful emotional connection to me that really drives me to, I guess, to just continue watching it over and over again. The actors did so well with their portrayals as these characters. Hugh Jackman did a fantastic job as Logan for his final ride. And Daphne, who was playing X-23, she was phenomenal. And despite her being 12, she really pulled out all the stops with this acting that she did for the film. It really felt genuine to the X-23 character in this movie. Patrick Stewart did play a very hilarious but also emotional driving Professor X who, is on the verge of dying himself. And you really get a feel for that in this movie. Like, death is slowly approaching these characters. Because with Logan, the adamantium that is in his body, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, adamantium? Basically, the metal in his body is slowly killing him like a cancer. And because he's always been able to fast heal himself from the adamantium really affecting him. But this time, unfortunately, he's gotten super old, and now it's really starting to affect him. So you really get a feel that Logan is slowly dying, and time's really running out for him. And it's in these moments where I really feel like he's slowly trying to find his own inner peace as the movie's going on, not only with Professor X, but with X-23, or Laura, as her actual name is. So throughout this film, I really felt that there was just this sort of ambiance of a not an old Western, but of one of those movies that it's an emotional drama, basically. And I think what really works with this film is that it doesn't feel like a comic book movie at all. Like, if you were to watch this film, especially with Logan Noir, which was a black and white version of the movie, you really feel like it's not a comic book movie. It doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It feels like a very thriller, drama, noir kind of film. And I think that works in Logan's favor because it just pulls the emotion to a stronger level. Because there's no people in costumes, there's no superhero one-liners, there's no truth, justice, and all that stuff. This doesn't feel like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie at all, which it's not. And it doesn't feel like past X-Men movies either. This one feels like it's really tugging at the strings of reality. It really feels like there's an emotional drive to this film that keeps it going from beginning to end, that I feel is what really got it to be a lot of people's favorite comic book movies, because it doesn't feel like a comic book movie, even though there are comic book elements involved. So I gotta say, Logan was a phenomenal film. It was definitely one of the best comic book movies of 2017, and I would literally watch this movie as of right now from beginning to end over and over, especially Logan Noir, because I really love noir films. So if I had to give Logan a score, I would definitely be giving it a solid 10 out of 10. Like, no joke. 10 out of 10 film. It deserves that, because it really deserves that score, because it's just that good. So I can't wait to see what other films Fox will be producing with X-23 or Laura, because apparently that's going to be the new thing. Like, she's going to be the new Wolverine, unless they get another actor to play Wolverine. I think they had Tom Hardy in mind, but he's going to be Venom, so I don't know, man. And I don't know how they're going to replace Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman is essentially, Hugh Jackman to Wolverine is what Robert Downey Jr. is to Tony Stark. You just can't replace them. Or you could, but it's very difficult. So I can't wait to see what comes out of this more. What will Fox plan to do next with the series? I know The Dark Phoenix is the next X-Men movie they're planning to do. Plus there's Deadpool 2 that's coming out very soon as well. So, you know, hopefully they can make a lot of good movies and a lot of money so that Disney doesn't buy them out. Which I wouldn't mind, because then we'd have X-Men and Fantastic Four part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is always a treat for me. I wouldn't know how they do Deadpool though. That's another situation. But anywho, that's all I have to say for this. I wanted to make this short because I'm doing it on my cell phone, and I don't know how much time I'll be able to have with my cell phone. So thank you guys for, I guess, listening rather than watching. Again, I'm sorry that it's just a dark screen, but this is mostly just audio. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed the video as it is. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you thought about Logan. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? And thank you for watching.